Students of 8th class, let us study civics, chapter 4. The chapter name is United Nations. Now students, you must be asking, which is this country, United Nations? The answer is, it's not a country, but it is organization. It is an organization formed by various nations coming together. Now the question arises, why at all we should need an organization as such? Students, this world has suffered a lot due to two world wars. Its effect has fallen till today. The war from 14th to 19th century and the war from 29 to 45th century was a great disaster for the world, for some of the countries. So the big four or five, that is Germany, America, UK, Russia, they came together and thought to form an organization, a machinery which can stop further world war and bring peace to the world. So, you might have understood why United Nations was formed, what was its background, so that there may not be any further war. So, it came into existence on October 24, 1945. At that time, it had only 51 countries originally. India was one of them because we were under Britain. Then today we have 193 members. Last year only South Sudan was joined United Nations. Okay, so it is all due to this formation, or this organization was formed due to Second World War. After the Second World War, there was a pre-United Nations also, that was League of Nations. After the First World War, it was formed, but it got failed. It got failed. So this organization was formed. Then, what is the origin? How it came into existence? It is written here, at the early stage of World War II in 1941, President Roosevelt of America underlined the need for international organization to ensure peace, as I told you. In the same year, President Roosevelt and Prime Minister Churchill of Great Britain drew up the Atlantic Charter. Okay, and then in January 1942, the representative of 26 nations signed the United Nations Declaration. This was first official use of words United Nations. Then 1945, all the premiers, the dignitaries of US, UK, USR met together, and they met at San Francisco. On this day, just 14 days before the surrender of Germany, delegates from 50 nations met in San Francisco. And on June 26, 1945, the Charter of United Nations was signed. And the Charter came into effect on 24th, 1945. So in this way, the United Nations was formed. Okay. Then, what are the aims of United Nations? To save the succeeding generation from scores of war. Scores means a thing that causes trouble or suffering. Okay. To reform faith in the fundamental human rights, because during the First World War or before that, a lot of fundamental rights were denied of citizens. To maintain the fundamental rights in the world, this United Nations was formed. To maintain international peace and security, that was the foremost importance. To develop friendly relations among the nations of the world. To cooperate in solving international problems of social, economic, cultural, humanitarian. So United Nations not only try to form a peace in the world, but also looked after the various problems, social problems, economic problems, cultural problems of the world, and to act as a common platform of harmonizing activities. So all these activities supposed to be come under one banner. Then the aims, the basis of organization shall be equality of all its member states. The member states shall fulfill their obligation honestly. All the member states shall solve their mutual problem through peaceful means. So the member states, if there is any problem among themselves, they will mutually solve the problem or by United Nations organization. States will not use force in solving the problem. All the major states shall be morally bound to offer unconditional service, military, otherwise, to the United Nations for preventing and enforcing action of United Nations. So there had been many wars were defended by United Nations, and the military was provided by various countries. The members of United Nations shall see that even the non-member state work for the peace. Non-member states shall interfere in the internal affairs of any other member states. So these are the aims of United Nations. Then membership of United Nations, all peace-loving countries can join anytime in the United Nations by General Assembly or Security Council. Then we have official language English, French, Russian, Chinese, Arabic, Spanish. These are the official language of United Nations. The finance of the United Nations is drawn from the member states. The fund is come from the member states. The amount is determined by the General Assembly. Okay, headquarters is in New York, and the flag of the United Nations is this way. Okay, represents the two bent olive branches open at the top over blue background. The branches of the wealth symbolize peace. Then we have General Assembly. It's just like a world parliament. All the questions take place, all the budget take place here. Proceeding take place, what to be done, what action to be taken. So that is done by the General Assembly. Then we have functions of General Assembly, supervise the work of other organization of the United Nations, admits new members, appoints the General Secretary of the United Nations, elects members of the Security Council, members of Economic and Social Council, and so on. Okay, so these are the functions. Then receives, discuss the reports of main organs, can draw the attention of the member states to provide human rights. So these are the 2-3 functions you can learn. Then we have Security Council. Okay, the members, these are the permanent members, USA, UK, France, China, and Russia. They have veto power. This is important. They have veto power means that Security Council cannot take any final decision till all the 5 permanent members agree. Okay, then function. Security Council primary responsibility is to maintain international peace and security. It can ask the fighting states to resolve their differences by bilateral talks. That means mutual understanding. It may suggest mediation in the matter. The Security Council may impose economic sanctions against an aggressive state. It can order military action against a state. So these are the functions of Security Councils. So in the next part, we shall study further whatever councils we have, we shall study.